want to level up your experience with Tumbleweed, and that is to, learn something new, how to learn CLI a little bit better with Tumbleweed. Here's a couple tips that can help you level up your experience with Linux, but specifically with Tumbleweed, openSUSE, even more. So when you first install your system, you usually run just sudo zypper refresh, right? That refreshes your repositories. Then you run sudo zypper dup, and you have to do your root password each time. But here's a little tip to save a little bit of time. What you can do is do sudo -l, if I could do L instead of H, and then root. What this is going to do is going to put you in Sudoer user mode, I guess you'd say. Put your password in, and you'll notice that your text over here is telling you you're in the Sudoer state. So to make this a little easier, when you do updates, you can type in the su-l root and then do zypper refresh. If I can type today, and zypper dup. What this is going to do is refresh and do the distribution upgrade command for you. This is just a quick and easy way to do updates without doing the sudo command each time. So is this easier? Yeah. Is it more complicated? It could be, but it's just a step to learn how to use CLI commands for openSUSE Tumbleweed. And this will also work for leap. So you just add up instead of dup and you're good. Yeah, as you can see, it works a little bit easier, less steps, but this is just a cheat to do to help you out so that you can learn to do CLI a little bit better. So if you have installed Tumbleweed, you have Snapper built in. It's just the default settings. Just click and go through. You look at Snapper list configs, shows you your default configured Snapper. Now you need to do a Snapper list. This is going to show you all of your rollbacks. So you can see that I have my install, which is looks like 1. Then the pre-update from the update I just did on the previous session. And then 3 is post. So that's the post cleanup of the install. So what you can do if you want to run a Snapper to make your own saved configs, you would do snapper create -t pre. We'll do this as like a pre-dup, and then you give it a name, before update, and that is it. You just hit enter, and then you can do a sudo zypper dup. It's fully updated. There shouldn't be anything in there. And it's nothing to do. So what we do, since we've done the update, fictitious update, you're going to run a post update, Snapper update. So you can do that by snapper create -t post -d. We'll call it post install dup. Then you give it a number. This number should be the one after you created your pre. So we'll call this pre number. And that last one should be 4. So boom. And there you go. So if you go back up here to list, it's going to now go and look at all of the previous snappers. So 4 is the one we just created. And then if you look at description on the right, it says before update. And number 5, post install update. So this is a good idea to do this. So it's easily to roll back to a state where you've made a OS update. This is not going to really count for or help in like if you installed an application. This is just for operating system updates or major core system updates. How about that? Yep, this is a good habit to do to know your system and able to do these commands. So just put this as a good one to learn. Now, the next command that you might want to do on your new system, what we're going to do is copy the Sudoers file and edit it. So we're going to do cp / user etc Sudoers. We're going to copy this to /etc Sudoers. Then we're going to vi /etc Sudoers. What you're going to do is go down and you're going to find 2 lines and I gotta find those 2 lines. There we go. So defaults, basically what this does is makes you type in a password for sudo. So I in there, hit escape. So now what you're going to do is find the wheel group, and you're going to take out that hashtag, and then if you don't want to do the password for sudo, you just take out this line. If you're learning or if you're new to Linux, it's probably better to leave this in here. This is probably more advanced, or I don't know if it's more advanced. It's if you're learning, you may not want to do this to screw things up, but it's also good to know this. So hit escape, write and quit, ! There we go. So you've done that. Now what you want to do is probably add your user to the wheel group. So usermod -a wheel audio video firewall update /refresh USB mux Flatpak dial out VM, and then your login name. So here's mine. Then hit enter. So we don't have fresho. We have fresh. So error correction in there. There's no group. It kicked us out. Would not update the command. I just went in there, corrected that, and now everything is updated. So my login name is now in these groups. So what we have to do to update is ID-A with your login name again. So it's going to refresh these settings. And there we go. Everything is refreshed. And these are all key groups. If you have Docker, you should add yourself to that Docker group also. You can do this through Yast. Yast is depreciated, so I'm not sure if there's a GUI interface now in Tumbleweed that allows you to do this. Something I need to look into. And that the wheel group is the one that allows you to do the sudo command. So you definitely want to be in that. So I level up my Tumbleweed installation by installing OPI. I don't do Pacman. OPI adds Pacman. But what OPI does is adds the open build services. It's openSUSE's OBS. It's a bad name. They should have called it something else. I've said this before. You'll hear people say, "Oh, just install OBS by openSUSE." Yeah, they should. It's open build services. So to do that, and this is going to add codexes and a different way of adding packages from open build services. So sudo zypper in OPI. And then Y, or just hit enter. It goes through and adds everything. It's only 4 packages. It's basically adding a new repo. It's adding a new repo to your new Tumbleweed. So to go to the next level, you're going to install codexes. So to install the codexes is sudo OPI codecs. Hit enter. Actually, don't need to do sudo. You just do OPI codecs. It's going to ask you where you want to install it from. It's going to tell you on the right side there, it says, you know, the last sync was 1 hour or 4 hours or 24 hours. So I would suggest doing something that's a little, synced a little bit more. So hit 4 and enter. And then it's going to ask you to accept the key. You tell it says Pacman project right there. And I'm just going to hit enter for yes. And then we hit yes. This is everything that you want to see. As you can tell, it's going pretty quick here. 40 packages really quick. Download. Now it's installing. And hit yes again for another 44 packages. And it's only 20 megs, so this should be really quick. And another 2 packages. So this is all OPI. It's up all the codexes that you need to really run anything. So open H264. I'll add that. And then there we go. That was pretty quick. So I'm going to give you a little example of OPI in install. So OPI, we're going to do Brave, the Brave browser. And since we're in the Sudoer group, it's just going to allow us to do that. And you can hit yes here. And then import the key. Yep. Again, yes. Yes. So this allows you to differentiate from zypper install and OPI. So you won't, if you want to specifically install from the open build services, it's just sudo OPI and then the name. If there were different versions of Brave on OPI, it would actually come out and ask you what version or which one you want to install, not the version, but which build do you want to install. I thought it would do that and it would give you a choice, but obviously it did not have multiple versions available for Brave. Do you want to keep the repo? You can say yes or no. Obviously you want to say yes, and there you go. You could say no and just keep the same version that for a while and then try to update it in the future. So I see a lot of people saying, how do I make zypper faster? So let's look at that. We're going to do vi etsy zip.conf. Here you're going to want to scroll all the way down to the bottom. Me, I don't care. Zypper dup is fast enough. But you can make it a little bit faster, especially if I can go all the way down the bottom. We're going to add a couple lines here. What you're going to do is download .max concurrent connections. To be honest, you might not get any speed increase on this, but if you have the bandwidth, set it to 10. Another thing you can do is solver.only requires equals true. You can do solver allow vendor change equals true. You can do solver.dup allow vendor change equals true. Some things that you can do. You can also allow delta RPM, so you can say use use underscore, if I can hit the right keyboard today, delta RPM, delta RPM equals true. You can do max underscore parallel underscore downloads, and this should probably be set to 10. I've been told that any more than 10 could really cause issues. Of course, that depends on your CPU and RAM and internet speed, all those good things. And that's about it. So all you would have to do from here is zypper dup. You can tell if you've done something wrong. I'll try this. Oh, should do insert equal try this again. There we go. Put that command key in there. Should be nothing to do. So that's how you speed up your zypper dup. Just add those few commands. I don't always do that because speed doesn't, I mean, I don't think it's slow. You know, I'll get up, go get something to drink, or do this and, you know, walk away. It doesn't bother me. You know, how much time am I going to save by editing these zypper commands? I mean, it's going to save me a minute. Yep. Now, do these commands stick? I'm assuming they're going to stick and stay. I don't know if Tumbleweed will update and replace this file. I'm assuming not. So if you find that helpful, use it. If you don't like waiting around, you know, let me know in the comments below if you see a uptick in speed when you do a distribution upgrade. Now, I'm assuming that this would be allowed in Leap. I've never tried this in Leap, but it uses zypper. It should work. Again, if it works for you in Leap, please let me know. So another thing that you should add would be zypper in Flatpak. You can do Flatpak through Discover. So if this is not installed by default, you should probably install Flatpak this way. So you can see that it's installed. So now I can do Flatpak remote dash add tick if not. Exist flat hub https // flathub.org /repo /flathub.flatpak repo should be right. And that added it, so should be able to go now. It's going to give you options. And Definitely Flatpak is slower than zypper. I just wanted to point that out. This is why I say zypper is not slow. You'll notice it's now seeing updates coming in. You can see it's been removed. Try installing it again through Discover instead of CLI. Maybe that's the issue. So now we can see it's been completed. So I've double clicked that. We're going to see if it launches. And installing Parabolic via the CLI didn't work, but installing it through Discover did. So if you want to download video, you can do that through Parabolic. I've just put in the media there and tell it when to download. So now I don't like to do system updates via Discover. What I like Discover to do is just do Flatpaks. Flatpaks only. I don't want to do anything else. So to do that, to accomplish this, and I'll have to tell you, when I first started using Tumbleweed, I used Discover for updates and all that. And about 5 to 6 months in, I started getting update issues, update warnings, not being able to update. So, you know, and I did the sudo zypper dup occasionally, but mostly when an icon popped up in my tray to do updates, I just clicked it and told it go for it. Never had an issue. I have since learned that Discover can cause issues with updates. I did start having that. So what needs to happen here? So I don't want Discover to do my updates. So what you have to do is simple. So if you want to remove Discover as a update agent, what you'll have to do is sudo zypper remove plasma 5 pk updates. I've already done this. It's not going to be found. But what you also have to do is sudo zypper add lock plasma 5 pk updates. This will stop zypper from adding this back in. So successfully have a lock now. Hey, thanks for watching the video. This video has gone longer than I anticipated, so I'm gonna cut it short here. Well, cut it short. It's been 29 minutes. I'll try to think of another video to add this to. I'll have more CLI commands in the future, but I hope this video helped you learn a little bit more about CLI on openSUSE Tumbleweed and Linux in general. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. That really does help the algorithm grow this channel. Thank you.